All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Caleb Crump Show and Plug Your Biz with the Marketing Wiz. And right now, I got my main man, Mr. Tize, noted nationally known author, is up in the his house. Tize, welcome to the show, buddy. All right, and we're getting ready to plug Tize's book. Tize, I'll let you say the name of the book.
Strange Fruits.
Strange Fruits. All right, Strange Fruits. And ladies and gentlemen, throughout the course of this interview, you see I got my notes right here, so making sure that we cover all the bases in this plug right now. Okay. All right. Now, how did you come up with that name for Strange Fruits?
Basically, the name is based off of Billie Holiday's song, Strange Fruits. It was a very controversial song. It was actually a very controversial poem.
Okay.
And that's as the book is. But the story is, basically, I thought it was a perfect name for it, actually.
All right. Yeah, now, I had an opportunity to read the book, and I thought it was kind of interesting how you laid out the chronological order. Right. Also, your knowledge of history and how you kind of portrayed that in the book. Can you tell us what is giving you that strong background in history?
Basically, I'm a historian. Okay, so I've been studying history for years. I can go back. I got knowledge going back probably about 18,000 BC.
Okay.
Till present day.
Awesome.
So in this book, it just came to me basically, and it kind of was perfect for it.
Okay.
The two things merged together.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do a quick plug for Bookworks right now. Big shouts out to Wyatt and Amanda over here that has allowed us to do this background over here at Bookworks. You see the nice ladder behind it. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you see Mr. Tize Clark's a number of his books right over here, right in our background. So, Tize, who is the audience for Strange Fruits?
Well, basically, it's I guess I would say an adult audience. It's really if you can read a book like, let's say, Gone with the Wind, then you'll definitely love Strange Fruits, I would say.
What it seems like is Strange Fruits comes about during a period of time in history.
Right.
And I don't want to give away what the book is, etc., but I don't know if you can elaborate on that or want to elaborate on that. Go ahead.
Well, let's just say, what if it's based on the theory or the fact of what if, okay? And let's say it was an alternate universe, alternate world, something like that. What if Nat Turner succeeded? Okay. What if the manifest destiny never manifested?
Okay.
And what if the South won the Civil War?
Okay.
You have to read the book to find out what happens.
Woo. And so the book addresses those questions,
right.
Basically the fundamental question of what if.
Exactly.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to pick up the book to understand that. Yes. Now, one thing is that I noticed as a reader that your book really has shock value.
Yes, it does. That's an understatement. Yes, it does.
Yes. So I guess now, what emotions can a reader expect when they're reading this book, Strange Fruits?
I've gotten thousands of letters so far, and letters, emails, everything. Okay. Even relatives on Facebook with the shock of this book. Basically, they've gone through different emotions. Angry, some were elated, some basically were just the wow effect. What was that? Like, what the heck? But it all ended with, it was magnificent. Magnificent book.
Now, for critics that may feel that the book may be aggressive toward one group versus another, how do you respond to that? How do you argue that, etc.?
Basically, you have, in the book, it kind of affects different races. You're looking at different periods of time. You're looking at Civil War time and different things that happen. So it affects different races. Okay. Basically, but it's generally. It's still just the story itself. You have to read the entire story to appreciate what it's about. Okay. And it's just like you would say Mark Twain when he wrote Huckleberry Finn. I mean, when you read it in class, some people get offended, some don't. But it's still powerful literature. And it's the emergent, and it's as it was in its time. Strange Fruits is now in its time, basically.
Right. Yeah. And it's interesting you brought up Mark Twain, because one question I was going to ask you: how does your writing how do you compare and contrast your writing to various well-known authors like Mark Twain, or perhaps even, I know Langston Hughes did more poetry and things like that,
Right.
but Maya Angelou,
Right.
etc. And
That's what it,
and also I noticed that
Mm-hmm.
you actually went to one of the schools of one of the poets that wrote Strange Fruits, as far as or that alluded to
yeah.
Strange Fruits, the
Actually,
poem.
Abe Maripol, he was a teacher at DeWitt Clinton High School. He went by alias Lewis Allen because when he wrote that book, it's in 1930, so it was very, touchy time. And so, but he went to DeWitt Clinton, and then like 60 years later, I went to DeWitt Clinton,
Okay.
basically. So, and when I was writing the book Strange Fruits, someone told me he went to the same school who the person who actually wrote the poem Strange Fruits, and it was like, wow.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so it was very surprising.
That's quite interesting. Now, would you say your thought process in terms of the creativity to come up with a topic for a book, because not only do you have Strange Fruits, you have The Maze, you have other books that you write, and I think
Right.
you alluded that you have about 9 different books, just as of right now.
Right now, I have about 9 books out. I have 65 books in the making.
Man.
They come in complete visions and stuff, and complete. It just comes entire stories, and I could be anywhere at any time. I have to write it down as fast as I can,
Right.
you know, or
Sure.
it's gone.
Sure. Now, in terms of the direction or perhaps even the future of your books, would you say, like, do you look forward to like a book like Strange Fruits being a movie, etc., or just tell us about that, as far as some of your books maybe being someone seeing your books on the big screen
I
one
can
day.
definitely see that.
Okay.
I can definitely see probably each of them, but Strange Fruits is one of those type of books that will become a monster
Okay.
hit, something that you would see over and over again, a classic.
Sure. So Tize, tell us who you could see producing a movie for Strange Fruits, or perhaps some of your other books. Which director, etc., you could see actually would be a good fit for production of a movie. Go ahead.
Well, basically, I saw Spike Lee, one of Spike Lee's most recent movies. It was Miracle of St. Anne's,
Okay.
and it was a war movie, and it was
Okay.
totally out of his realm, but it was incredible.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about Spike Lee, Francis Ford Coppola,
Okay.
and especially Scorsese.
Okay. Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese.
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Incredible.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to see certainly some of your projects up on the big screen one day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, do you have any advice for any book writers and authors? Some may, whether they're already well known or some aspiring in terms of writing books, etc.
Just go for it, because I mean, today you have a lot more because of technology. If you get rejected by publishing house, you can go on your own. I went on my own a long time ago, and because they were saying I never heard of an African American horror writer. I never heard of this, never heard of that. So being the first one, I thought, well, forget it, I'll do it myself.
Okay.
I went ahead and did it myself, and I sold almost 100,000 copies.
Oh man.
And then they started calling me.
Oh man.
So it was different. From that point on, they were calling me, but I was like, no, now we're going to do a joint venture.
Right.
So basically I control my own.
Your own destiny.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And that's awesome. So, and on that note, can you tell us about, and we see some of your other books that are behind us.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see some of the other books right there. Tell us about some of your other book projects, and just kind of let the viewers know and the audience out there know about your various book projects.
Well, I have, back here we have, this one right here is called The Maze. I have The Maze here. And The Maze was actually my first horror book. It's actually the first horror book written by an African American. Period. So I'm actually the first one. I've heard a few others since, basically, but that is actually the first one, The Maze. Other books like QT is back there in red, and then I have Strange Fruit sitting in front. I have one of my first poetry book I actually did, back there, called Twin Poems, and I'm just gonna put one poetry out every 30 years.
All right, so this is twin.
Twin Poems.
Hopefully it doesn't fall, but ladies and gentlemen, you can see the twin poems right there. Yes. Y'all see we got the nice little book setup over here, and this is QT right here,
That's
right?
QT and horror book.
All right.
Exactly.
This is a horror book?
Yes, QT, which
Okay.
I hope to get produced by QT
Awesome.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, and then this is the Maze, ladies and gentlemen, the Maze. Now, you said how many copies did you guys sell with this book?
100,000.
Woo-wee,
Yeah.
100,000 copies.
Right.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, can you tell people where they can get your books from, etc., and where they can purchase them?
You can go to barnesandnobles.com, stores globally. You can go to amazon.com. You know, you can get it on Nook, on Kindle. It's really up to you, basically, but it's out there. It's definitely out there. Just look up my name, Tize, and it's pronounced Tize. And basically, you'll find it. You'll find it out there.
Yes. Now, Taji, we have a little thing that we do here on the Caleb Crump Show. It's called The Pitch.
Okay.
And what we want you to do is just imagine that you're in a 5-second, well, let's not say 5, let's say 15 second to 1 minute pitch. And all the viewers out there, they're the decision makers.
Okay.
Sell us strange fruits between 15 seconds to 1 minute and tell people why they should get this book.
Strange Fruits is the most controversial book, probably, let's say the most controversial book of the 21st century, actually. Okay, I can guarantee that. So far, that is. If I would go read the book, come in with open mind and stuff, and I guarantee you read one of the most incredible stories you've probably ever read. So.
Yes, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Strange Fruits, my main man, noted author, Mr. Taji. He really knows how to write and place the thoughts down in a chronological pattern. He also knows how to really develop characters. A lot of times as you're reading a book, sometimes it can be all over, but the way that Taji writes is very clear to understand the emotions of the characters that he writes about, and then how all the different scenes and all the different thought processes flow and tie together. That's one thing I noted about your writing.
Thank you.
Yes. And as well as he's very much up on his history. And so certainly with Strange Fruits, and I guess with very much of his other books as well. So Taji, give them a quick thing where they can buy those books at. You said Amazon?
You can go to Amazon. Well, Strange Fruits is at exclusively at Amazon.com till January 1st.
Okay.
After that, it'll be global. Basically, you can go to any site, any bookstore, most likely any bookstore, and pick it up. If not, just look at the ISBN number in the back. If you get the code, the number in the back is online, and you can go to your local bookstore and order the book wherever it's at, if it's not in your town.
Yes, the code. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, my main man, Mr. Taji, Strange Fruits. Taji, anybody you want to send a shout out to, say hello to right now on the show?
Just everybody. Say hey.
All right, and man, we're working on now. You told us you also got some other projects in the works, right?
Oh yes. I have a children's book series coming out.
Woo!
That'll be out on Halloween. It's 3 books. It's called Cheese Books. Mr. Cheese Please is the first one. It's Trick or Treat Mr. Cheese the second one, and it's Christmas Eve Mr. Cheese is the third one. They're large books, 11 by 17. I mean, they're very bright, colorful. Kids will love them. I did something totally different. That's really good.
And where will they be able to get that from?
Oh, just go to your local Barnes and Nobles.
Okay.
Hastings,
Okay.
Whatever store.
All right. So Strange Fruits, my main man, Mr. Taji, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and support him. All right, and that's a wrap for this particular segment of the Caleb Crump Show. And plug your biz with the marketing whiz.